It's good to have you back here with us on We Connect. And my guest today is Priamavada Viswanathan. She's the Chief Marketing Manager of the Southern Railways here. She looks after passenger marketing. Another side of your personality, you enjoy cooking.
Oh yes, I do.
Any special type of cooking? Any type?
Oh, any type.
Really?
Any type. Like, I'm a vegetarian, but I can cook non-veg if I have to, but I'm basically a vegetarian. So any kind. The greatest thing I enjoy is I go somewhere, have something, and my palate will always be judging on what are the ingredients, and I come back home and I replicate it.
Ever thought of doing that on television?
Maybe, why not? Why not?
So if there's anybody out there watching you today, they probably come up tomorrow and give you a call and ask if you do a
why
show.
Not? Why not? I mean, see, and basically for me, my challenge is in replicating what you eat outside in a healthier way. Like, I cut off on a lot of the butter, the oil, and see, I have a 19-year-old daughter at home, and to be able to appeal to her taste palette, you need to have the taste. But then the mother in you doesn't want to put in the amount of oil and the amount of spices they do. So that is always a great challenge for me.
Now, Priyo, as and when you do hang up your boots in terms of your government job and the government department that you're in, which of these different sides of your personality would you like to actually pursue full time? Any ideas?
Oh, I mean, all of them I like. I mean, see, I like to be working in anything which is creative, anything which, you can express yourself. But on the serious thing, I'd like to go back, into the area of education. Like, especially the women's education and, the children's education. See, I really do not know. I do not have the credentials, maybe. I don't have a B.Ed or an M.Ed. But that's an area I would really like to work in because, I sometimes feel very sad when I see what our kids are becoming today. I mean, we are just, if you're a fan of Pink Floyd, you will realize that, like the wall, he says, you become another brick in the wall. That is what we are making our kids into, just a stereotype of each other. So I would really like education to be much more liberal, to let the kids' minds expand a bit more than they are allowing it to do.
You did teach, in fact, in a college for 4 or 5 months. You said this earlier. So was that enjoyable for you? Is that where you actually decided that someday you might like to go back and be a teacher again?
No, at that time,
no,
not really. See, when you're 21, you are not really thinking about
long term.
That part of it. You're not thinking about whether you'd like to come back. You're just looking up what is the next step, in your evolution. Where are you going next? But having gone past and seeing it, having been a student, having enjoyed, from the way you're brought up, some freedom in choice. Today when I'm seeing, the same old story being repeated. Today in the newspapers there was something about parents always, haggling with their kids about the stream they should take. I mean, I think today the counselings are going on, so there was something in the newspaper. It's time, we learn to see, we have made our mistakes and we have grown up. And we have had our dreams. Some people, do not achieve their dreams. You cannot live your dream through your children. I mean, it's time let them make their own mistakes. And see, I would say that is my philosophy. I would like to live my dream myself. Yes. I don't want to put the burden on my daughter.
Right. In fact, Priya, recently we have been seeing there's been a lot of talk about teaching parents parenting. And I am amazed that actually we need to be taught how to be good parents. I just wanted your views on something like that.
No, I think it's an instinctive thing. The point is, as a parent, you need to learn to let go of your ego. You cannot let your ego come in the way. Like, what was not necessary for us is essential for the kids today.
Right.
So we cannot say that I didn't have it at your age, so I see no reason why you should have it. I mean, that's just the wrong way to go.
I know, and the world has changed, whatever it is. Yes. There's so much competitiveness in this day and age. I'm almost sorry for our kids, that they are in this environment. Do you feel that way?
Jennifer, no, in that way I disagree with you.
Really?
I feel there is so much more in terms of opportunities, in terms of acceptance for our kids. Like, there are careers which, when we were all growing up, was so taboo. I mean, there would have been 4 or 5 careers alone which was acceptable, in
terms,
quotes.
yes,
In
that's true.
quotes,
In quotes, yes.
You become an engineer, a doctor, and a chartered accountant, or,
Yes,
at
true.
the most, they would kind of accept an architect, though not a pure blood engineer, an
yes.
architect, things like that. And today you just go into it, design and,
the media was out of bounds, let's
media
face
was
it.
out of bounds.
Absolutely.
And sports was something which, if you were useless at everything, you were said, okay, you go to sports, And today people are making a life out of anything which they, love doing. And they have the advantage. Like, I'm passionate about what I do. I love working as a thing. But look at the advantage our kids have. They can make a career out of their passion.
That's true. You were talking earlier before we went on this, before our camera started rolling, about being interested in sports.
Oh, yes. I mean, I play sports again for fun. Like, I like to do anything up to the point I enjoy it. The minute, I find it becoming a competitive thing, I just get out. I don't enjoy competition in the sense of I really feel it does not necessarily bring out the best in the person. So I love sports, any kind of sports.
Which is the favorite, though?
There are too many, actually.
Really?
I love Formula 1. I love football. I love cricket. Just tennis. I just
So Priya, do you skip out of the office and get away to all these matches and tournaments that go on all the time?
I'm taking a day off because I want to go and watch the match. I do it on my own time. I take a day off and then I do it. I go and watch. The recent matches were the World Cup and the T20. I went there.
As I talk to you, it strikes me that you're a totally different, one has totally different impression. You're far from the normal crowd that we look at government officials with.
It's easy for anybody to slot, people into it. Eventually, the bottom line is everyone is an individual. It becomes very easy. Like, you say that if you're a government, you're a particular type. If you're a lawyer, you're a particular type. It's more comforting when it's easier for people to slot you. But, it's not all. If you really look into people, everybody has so many layers and so many dimensions to them.
You have been a fascinating guest for me to have. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine, Jennifer.
Absolute joy to have you on our show. And you out there, I'm sure that you must have enjoyed listening to all the views that we've had expressed here on Reconnect this week. But don't forget to keep watching us Saturday nights at 9:30. And we'll be back with you every single week. So you take care and bye for now.